So here we are right on the edge of Scott's Head. That's Waikiki Beach down there, I think. And you can see a few people on the walking track that goes over to the middle beach, Middle Head Beach. It's a nice glassy day, there's a few boats out there. That one down there is Southwest Rocks. Beautiful spot. This place was, I don't know, thrust into the headlines 25 years ago for an event that really no one here had any control over. Didn't affect the locals too much, but there was 61 other people that definitely thought they were having the best day of their lives, and it didn't really turn out that way in the end. Let's go and have a look and see what evidence we can find of that day. They do have a bit of a sense of humour out here in Scott's Head though. Look out for wildlife. That must be a bilby. There's a kangaroo, an elephant, although we are at Elephant Head, and George Costanza. It's meant to look a bit like a whale with the tail in the back, and these are the flippers. Certainly got a bit of a psychedelic and trippy feel about it. Is it the prettiest picnic table in Australia? Guessing that's a representation of the beach here. This is the bay. About this one. This guy might be having a bad day, or is he having a good one? Prettiest toilet in Australia? Could such a thing exist? Definitely trippy. Strange fish tiles. I met this guy in high school, he was a total tripper. But credit where credit's due. This one's good. Better than the one in Nambucca for sure. So this one sort of blends in a bit more than the other one. Not something you wouldn't expect to see in a coastal village. We're outside the bowling club here. That's a beach access down there, and it's probably where the guys and girls came in almost 25 years ago to the day. Don't know if the camera's going to pick that up to read, but this anchor is from the Chinese boat Zhugantou, which landed at Scott's Head on the 11th of April 1999, carrying 61 refugees. It was a Chinese tugboat looking thing, and in the early hours of the morning it basically ran aground or beached itself out on the beach down here. 61 people jumped off, most changed into suits or the best clothes they could find, and wandered up through the beach here, headed to the shops over that way, got a feed at the bakery, paid with huge notes apparently, all hundreds and stuff, and then somehow found their way to the road heading to town. It's a fairly remote area. The story goes they had maps, I don't know, certainly before Google Maps days. And I don't know whether they planned to come into this little place or not, but they only made it a few k's before people started to basically let police and authorities know, and they pretty much rounded them up within a few hours. I'm not sure if this is the path they took, but just in here, if I remember correctly, it was just over this way, but it's 25 years ago. The boat ran aground. They were looking for heaven and they pretty much found it, but yeah, I can only imagine how horrible the trip would have been. Imagine the feeling they would have had. Strangers in a strange land. I don't believe any of them spoke English. They probably wandered up this path, or whether they walked further down the beach, worked out where they were going and how to get where they wanted to be, but unfortunately none of them was successful and they were all sent home. I wonder how desperate they really were. So I'd say this is the most significant monument to those people of that day 25 years ago. It's the funnel off the boat itself. It sits here in front of the shops. Plaque explaining what it is. Most people don't notice it. I was talking to a local about it and they said they'd never noticed it, so inspired me to come out and make the video and tell you guys about it. But funnily enough, it just happens to be almost exactly 25 years to the day. So here's the river. It's actually Worrell Creek, and just this way to the east, probably 200 metres, you can hear it. I can hear it. I don't know if the camera picks it up, is the ocean. There used to be a weir here. I think actually it was just over this way a little bit. Basically trying to keep the fresh on the high side, I think. This river actually runs down to the mouth of the Nambucca, and it's probably, I don't know, roughly 250 metres from the banks of the river here to the ocean, all the way along for the full length of that Foster Beach, South Beach. Probably runs for 5 to 10 k's. So there you go, bit of information. Council has taught me a lesson here instead of just wasting money. Wirral Creek, Black Duck, Gurravemby Creek. A few of the local words. You can see here the mouth of the Nambucca, and here's Wirral Creek running up here. Pretty big estuary system. Or probably somewhere up here. So, an actual fact, we're at this boat ramp here, and as you can see, here's the township. We're all looking north to Nambucca, but you can see this river system runs right along this little peninsula. So that might be where I'll leave it now. I'm going to have a look at a few other little things around, but yeah, see you on the next one. So this might be a little bit of bonus content. I'll put in the failed attempt last time where I found the landslide, but I believe this is what we're looking for here today. Shiny pieces of metal in the rock. So somewhere further up this stream might be our target. Let's go for a look. There's sort of what looks to be a mullock heap over there, but it's really hard to tell, such a rocky area. I spotted this last time, really overgrown with lantana. I don't know if this is the part of the open cut face or whether it's further along the creek. It's a lovely little spot though. I'll have a bit of a further look around and see if we can find something worth looking into. So I've been up and down, and this is about the best I could find. I didn't think much of it, but now that I've punched my way in, it definitely does look like an open cut mine right here on the bank, I'd say for sure. But you know, what do I know? It only vaguely resembled a mullock heap to me, but when you look at this, it feels like it may have been worked. It also may just be, oh, nice little echo, may just be a natural cave. Let's get down here, hopefully there's no snakes. Kind of got the look like they chased a seam through here. And similarly down here, but who knows for sure? Not me, maybe someone out there knows. Probably take some pics and show him to Alan, see what his idea is. But yeah, again, almost hidden in plain sight. I Pretty much walked past it, but had a few little clues. It's supposed to be molybdenum shimmering in the walls. There's not a lot of light today, so maybe that's not going to be the case, but I'll have a little look and see if I can find some to show you guys. Okay, I don't know. You can sort of see the shimmer of it there, of the light at this angle. And I'll just come right in on a piece if I can. I might not work too well with this camera, I don't know what I might need to do to get it, but I believe, since it's all over here, that is proof that we're in the working, and that's the ore that they were chasing. It almost looks like a crystal in this light to me, but once you get in closer you see, no, it's more metallic. Yeah, I need to come back with a better camera, but another interesting little bonus piece to the movie. Things that most locals probably don't know about or don't care, but they're here. I'll put the landslide that I found footage in this as well, and that's the end of the bonus and the end of the video. I'll see you next time. Okay, so there's some good little tracks through here. Get fairly heavily used by 4-wheel drivers by the way they're rutted out. We definitely won't get through on this sort of thing, but well, I won't get through on it. Better ride I might. We'll have to come back on the 500 and really check this place out and realise how much is here. Okay, so the map's pretty accurate when I ask it to tell me my location. It tells me when I'm right on a crossing or a bridge, so looking at it, which is why I'm going to check this side out, it's saying it's up here, and it looks like this is a re-entrant, or I don't know what they call them, Summer Creek. It's where the water comes down into the creek here. It might just be an erosion spot, or it might be what I'm actually looking for. I've got a bottle of water. Let's go in and have a little bit of a look. Basically right in the little creek thing, or whatever it is here now. A bit of a closer look. This old tree is holding up half of the bush here. Wants to come down this little stream. Okay. Definitely not what I was hoping it would be, but it was definitely a long shot. Just a huge landslide, landslip. I know there was an open cut molybdenum mine in here around 120, 130 years ago, and I was just having a look on 6 maps to see what I could see, and I could see this huge scar with trees lying across it. I thought it might have been the mine, but it's just a massive, probably 200 metres from here to the top of that. Top's right up here somewhere. Huge boulders coming out of it. All this granity looking stuff. And that's probably what's down the bottom near the road as well, slowly making its way down. Give us the